There we go. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the gray area. I'm actually home today, so see some of my little nerdy anime stuff now. Practicing on my actual laptop. So, today's topic is going to be on knowing if you're a high value woman or man, person, whatever. That is a topic I've been seeing a lot lately. I don't know if it's just in the things that I've been watching, it's been coming up a lot, but between some of these male coaches, or I'm not even sure what they are, but there's a lot of guys that are talking about being a high value man, and women only want the high value men, or like the 1% men, etc., etc. I haven't seen as much about high value women, but I have seen a few things on high value women, which I'm assuming the high value men and the high value women ideally want to get together. And it seems to be the disconnect is where men think that all women want a high value man, whether the woman is high value or not. I dare say that probably goes both directions. I'm sure most men also would like a high value woman, whether they are high value or not. So I would like to talk about some of the nuance in this high value man woman type of thing. Let's have a discussion. My channel, The Gray Area, is made to try to bring polar sides together. Sometimes things are black and white, but a lot of times there's a gray area. So definitely here to discuss. Eventually I'll have guests on after I get good at this. So thank you for being with me in these very, very early videos. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. High value, the term, I will say, let me define it first. The societal definition, from what I've gathered, seems to be a man, for a man, it's kind of different for men and women, but for a man, it seems to be makes a lot of money, like six figures, very well groomed and well put together, intelligent, God damn it. I should probably edit that part out. No, we're going to be real. There's an ambulance. Ignore that. They're well put together. They're intelligent. They have education. The guys that you see driving around in their fancy cars, they got a home, all that good stuff. Like, very well, they're on top of their business game or whatever the heck they're doing. So correct me if I'm wrong. Put your idea of a high value man in the comments if I missed anything. For a high value woman, they are beautiful, smart, feminine, probably submissive. I've seen that one thrown around a lot by men. I think that's pretty much everything. They don't need to make a lot of money. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. Seems like as long as they have the beautiful, feminine, a lot of guys want them. They kind of are the women that seem to be on that line between they don't have a lot of partners, but they also are freaks in bed. Although, well, we're gonna get into the double standards going on for women. But yeah, again, comment if I missed anything, if I left anything out. So now I'm going to go over what seems to actually be happening from what I've observed in my personal life, and from friends, what is truly high value. So let's do men first, because a lot of my friends are female, so I get to hear a lot of stories about men, and I've dealt with men to an extent. So what we'll say normal or average girls are actually into is he doesn't have to be rich. Scratch that. Independent, yes. So we don't want a bum, but we don't need someone to be wealthy. Honestly, a high value guy is a guy that treats a woman with respect and cute. Oh, if we're gonna dumb it down to the simplest version, respects women, which that one's surprisingly hard to find for some reason, and is attractive. He doesn't need to be a 10. He doesn't need to be absolutely amazing. You just need to be cute to that person. You don't even have to be cute overall by society standards. You just have to be cute to that person. So a lot of the girls slash women I know have dated a wide variety of guys. I wouldn't say most of them are high value by societal standards, but they were high value to that individual person. So, knowing if you're a high value person, this goes either direction. Is basically, are you attractive to the people that you're attracted to? That's the big one. Like, do you feel like you're a high value within yourself? Because a big part of that sort of high value thing is knowing your worth. So you won't be able to tell if you're high value or not if you don't even know your worth for yourself. So one of my favorite exercises that I did during my counseling coaching journey was to write down just what my worth is to myself. Like, how do I perceive my own worth? What do I have to offer? What do I bring to the table? This was during my last relationship. And I was feeling like a little bit devalued. So I was like, this is a great exercise. So I just wrote down this little letter about myself. And I realized as I was thinking, sometimes you don't even realize how great of a person you are. Well, if you're a great person, sometimes you don't realize like what you have to offer and what you bring if you don't actually sit and think about it. So writing out what you bring to either a relationship or what you bring to life in general, that should tell you a lot about if you're high value or not. So like, say for example, you're debt free, you have good credit. There's like the superficial stuff. Do most people find you attractive? Do you find yourself attractive? Because if you don't find yourself attractive, it's going to be harder for other people to find you attractive. It helps a lot if you also find yourself attractive. Have you worked on yourself? Do you have a growth mindset? Are you independent? Are you a burden to anyone? Or are you able to not only provide for yourself, but are you able to treat yourself and do nice things for yourself? Because all the things that you can do for yourself, if you can't do it for yourself first, then it's going to be hard for you to be able to give or have anything extra to do for other people or to show I don't even want to say to show people that you have worth. Like it should be automatic. Like you shouldn't have to like convince anyone. That's the other thing. It's like your worth it's intrinsic, and when you have that sense of self-worth and you have that high value kind of feel or mindset to the people that you're interested in, they can just tell. Like you should never have to sell it. So also watch out for, if you do know the things that you've done that you're proud of, you shouldn't feel the need to be like, oh, hey, so I've done this and I've done this and I've done, because that actually shows insecurity. So the confidence, knowing that you've done those things, but not feeling the need to kind of show them off or like throw them out there randomly. Like, sure, if it comes up in conversation, it comes up in conversation. But if you're out here just like listing off your accolades, then that's usually a turnoff to a lot of people, unless they're just, I don't know. People are different, so maybe someone likes that, but I'm going to say from my perspective and what we're going over now, doing that is just kind of looks insecure, and like you need to put all these things you did out there to show people your value, because you don't trust that they're going to see your value naturally on their own. So that's that. And then for women, I can't speak from the male perspective on like what they see as a high value woman. I can say what I've observed and that's it. But from what I've observed, it seems like they just want a girl that they're attracted to, that they think is pretty, maybe, and that will kind of just do what, like, be their version of what they think, what their version of like a good girl or whatever they want in that moment. That's like that wants to have sex with them. And yeah, I can't really speak from this perspective. I'm sorry, but that's all I've got. A girl that wants them and desires them, that they think is pretty. So I feel like across the board, the standards are not nearly as high as this kind of societal version. I feel like if you're getting turned down a lot, you can't. I wouldn't blame that on not being a high value person. Like I said, introspect first and figure out if the people that you're interested in would want you. And if not, that means yes, you might be shooting a little bit above your head, above your pay grade. um, and if you are not getting the people that you're interested in because you do believe that they want a higher value person, then become that high value person. If you feel like you're not at the level of attraction that you want to be at, then that's where the growth mindset comes into play. I feel like growth mindset is one of the biggest thing that high value people have, because they become high value because they're constantly working on themselves. They're constantly reaching towards goals. They're constantly achieving. They care about themselves and how they look physically, and that radiates outward. Like their self-love and care. Shoot, they don't even all have to love themselves, honestly. Some people are just some high-ass achievers. But ideally, a true high-value person, in my opinion, is someone that loves and cares for themselves and respects themselves and is constantly working on getting better. So usually they get to like these high heights because they're doing well for themselves intentionally, because they have that desire to grow. So if you also become a person that cares about yourself, loves yourself, constantly working on yourself, people will value that. You'll naturally be around more people that are drawn to that kind of mindset. And if you just want someone that looks really good, then make sure you look really good. Like if you want a hot girl, you want a hot guy, like you need to be in the gym, you need to be taking care of your body, you need to have a sense of style. You need to just act like you care and like do things that show that you care about your presentation. And yeah, just keep developing yourself as a person, honestly. Like I said, it's very subjective based on the person and who they think is high value to them. So I wouldn't even worry about being high value to society, because it's too many different things. Just worry about being high value to yourself, and then making sure that you're a good match for the type of person that you want to attract. Make sure that you have the things to offer them that would make them find you high value as well. All right, so that's it for the gray area today. Please leave any comments, discussion, if I missed anything, or any potential topics for the future while we're at it. All right, peace out, y'all.